Hey guys, what's up? Admin Zigzagoon here, and joining me as usual is Pretty Pratt.
Au revoir.
So today we'll be showing you a battle that I had on BattleSpot a while back, using my dual primal team, and there's not much to say about this. He had the Mewtwo, which was kind of interesting. Yeah, I saw the Amoonguss on his team, and I knew that he would probably use that to try to counter my Trick Room, so as part of my game plan, I prepared for that. So let's hop right into it. Okay, so he sends out his Mewtwo and Landorus. And I lead my Cresselia and Groudon. So Purdy, what do you think?
It's looking pretty good for you. I mean, it's good for him that he gets the Intimidate on the Groudon, but Ice Beam was common on Crest at this point, so his Landorus has to be afraid of that. And Mewtwo really can't do a lot to your leads.
Yeah. So the Groudon Primal reverts. Of course, Desolate Land going up. Now, I felt the Trick Room was really obvious here. So, he switches out his Mewtwo and brings in Kyogre. So this could stop any potential fire move I was going for.
Yeah, it's a smart switch. It makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of animations.
Yes, a lot. So he's actually switching his Landorus as well.
Yeah,
And he brings in the Amoonguss, which, I mean, like I was saying, you know, his Trick Room counter, but I felt the Trick Room was too obvious, so I switch out my Cresselia and bring in Salamence. So I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a really good switch.
So I actually went for Pressless Blades just in case he made that Kyogre switch, and that really paid off.
And get a ton of free damage.
Now, I was intimidated, so that would have done over 50%
Yeah.
had I not been.
Not a very bulky Kyogre.
No. So he brings in his Landorus again, and gets another Intimidate, so my Groudon is now half attack. And I'm switching it out because I know it can't do very much damage here.
Yeah, especially with the Kyogre right in front of it, you almost had to.
Yeah. So I bring in Cresselia, pretty safe switch.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and Mega Evolve the Salamence here. He protects his Amoonguss, which is really good.
Yeah. And you Hyper Voice for general damage.
Yeah. It does a good chunk to Landorus here.
2-hit KO, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Turns out to be the Koba Berry.
Yeah, I was a little shocked by that. Not really what I wanted to see.
Yeah, it wasn't super common at this point in the format.
No. No, I mean, the items on Amoonguss have really varied a lot over this year.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell what your opponent's going to carry. So he goes for the Spore on Salamence, knowing that he needs to put it to sleep. So that was a good move on his part.
That Rock Slide did a lot of damage.
Yes, it did.
Choice Band,
I'd have to. Yeah, I know he's locked in.
Yeah.
So my Cresselia flinched last turn. That was pretty bad. I was going for an Ice Beam onto the Landorus. But yeah, so now I lose Mence. Wasn't much I could do. I didn't have a switch. I knew I had to target down Amoonguss here though instead of Landorus because I couldn't just let it put my Cresselia to sleep as well.
Yeah.
So I felt Kyogre is a fairly safe mon to bring in here.
Yeah. Yeah, you can KO his Landorus pretty easily and do a lot of damage to Mewtwo, as well as potentially protect and set up Trick Room.
Yeah. So the rain's going back up now. And he withdraws his Landorus though.
Yep.
Pretty safe switch because bringing in his Kyogre, of course.
Yeah. You can't do much to Kyogre this turn.
So he reveals that he's Mega Mewtwo Y.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. Not very commonly seen. He goes for Psy Strike right onto my Kyogre, which is going to do a big bunch of damage.
Yeah. It's
About
powerful.
2/3.
Yeah.
So I went for an Ice Beam, which was targeted at the Landorus, and his Kyogre actually gets frozen, so that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it didn't do much damage, but the freeze is what matters.
Yeah, and now Trick Room goes up.
Yep. So you can just start doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. So I just go ahead and switch it out for the Groudon just to just to keep the weather more in my control than his. Not to mention, Cresselia wasn't really doing much against either of those mons.
Yeah. Yeah, Cresselia really couldn't do any damage.
No. His Kyogre's still frozen.
That's nice.
Yeah, for me. So he gets another Side Strike off of my Kyogre, which is actually fine. Yeah, it looks kind of bad, but now I bring in Cresselia right beside Groudon in Trick Room.
Yeah, and you can just Gravity Precipice Blades.
Yeah, so I'm pretty set up right now. He does switch out his Kyogre, bringing his Landers for Intimidate, which is smart.
Yeah, it's really his only option right now.
Yeah.
To my surprise, he doesn't protect the Mewtwo here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that might have been, decent on his end. So the gravity goes up, and I get the Precipice Blades. And it does KO the Landers, but not the Mewtwo, surprisingly.
Yeah. Yeah, when it goes to Mega Mewtwo Y, it loses physical bulk, so I was surprised by that.
Yeah. This Ice Beam does a good chunk, about like a Kyogre Ice Beam.
Yeah.
That really high special attack. So the rain goes back up, and he thaws out for the Protect. I remember my heart dropped a little bit there for a second. I was like, oh no. But I skill swap, get the weather back in my favor here.
And just Precipice Blades again.
Yeah, no reason not to. As long as that's not skill swap Mewtwo, it does get that, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, as long as it's not, But it would still be the last thing to move on the field, so no chance.
Yeah, with there still being another turn of Trick Room, he had no chance of winning this one.
No. Especially with the sun, I mean,
Yeah.
there's just really no way. He would need a serious crit.
Yeah, exactly.
So that'll seal up the game right there. Good game to Alan. And yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.
GG!